Click on the subscribe button and remember to press the bell icon for regular notifications from our digital blogger. Hello friends, welcome to our digital blogger. Today we are going to cover a specific topic. Shall you open your demat account with a bank? A lot of beginner users who are putting their feet in the stock market for the first time have asked us this specific query, whether they should be going ahead with the bank. It could be SBI, ICICI, HDFC Securities. There are so many banks in India who provide you demat and trading services. So whether they should be going ahead with a bank-based stockbroker or not. Now this opens up a lot of things, because we know that there are different types of stockbrokers, including discount brokers, full service, and then there are the bank ones. Now whether it's a good idea for you to get your account with the bank or not, we will be covering this in this particular video. Let's get started. So before we jump on to the conclusion of deciding whether a bank-based stockbroker suits you or not, we need to understand a couple of things. We need to see what does a bank-based stockbroker offers to us and what it does not, so that we have a complete 360-degree understanding before we make the decision for ourselves. So first up, we need to see what does a bank-based stockbroker offers. It gives you a feel of trust value. Now, some way or the other, you have been using a bank account, be it a savings or a current account or a joint account. In one way or the other, you have been using the bank account, and it's very easy for you to trust the same party and open your trading or demat account with the same sort of a bank. So it sort of gives you a feel of trust value. On the other hand, if you think all these bank-based stockbrokers, then the other full service and discount brokers are members of SEBI. So SEBI makes sure that it audits, keeps a close eye on every stockbroker it has given a membership to, irrespective of the fact what kind of a broker it is. So it definitely gives you the feel, but honestly, this is enjoyed. In fact, this must be enjoyed by every stockbroker as well. Then it gives you research and advisory services. You can rely on them if you're a beginner. Then at the same time, you need to use the research, you need to use the tips and recommendations provided by the bank-based stockbroker before placing your trades. Then there is the enjoyment of 3-in-1 trading account. Now this is something very exclusive. Only bank-based stockbrokers can provide you this, where your bank account is linked with your trading account and you do not need to transfer your funds manually. Everything happens automatically since both of the accounts are integrated together. Then fourth, we have the reasonable offline presence. Now banks generally have some sort of branches in second, third tier cities, especially if it's a prominent bank like SBI. Then it gives you a much more feel of physical presence, and then it goes back to the point one that there is that office there, I can talk to people. So all sort of perception building is happening, but it is something that are the values provided by a bank-based stockbroker for you. Now this is one side of the coin. The other side is there are some problems as well. First up, the account opening or the AMC, annual maintenance charges. Now this is something you need to pay to the broker on a regular basis. So upfront cost is expensive most of the times, and to maintain your demat or trading account with a bank-based stockbroker is going to be a little heavy on your pockets too. Yes, there are few brokers who provide you some of the services at a much cheaper, or in fact for free, but prominently most of the stockbrokers that are bank-based will give you their account and their annual maintenance charges at an expensive level. Then there is a concern of expensive brokerage rates. Now it really depends on the kind of segment you would like to put your money into. So for instance, if you want to trade into equity delivery, where you buy the trade today and you sell it later, then you're supposed to pay somewhere between 0.4 to 0.5% of your trade value as brokerage only. Now that would mean if you place a trade of 1 lakh rupees, you're supposed to pay a brokerage of 400 to 500, irrespective of the fact that you make money or not. You will be anyway giving away that money to the bank-based stockbroker. Now this is when you talk about delivery. Similarly for intraday, it is 0.04 to 0.05%. Similarly, the values at option trading is somewhere around 100 to 250 rupees per lot. You can check it out for different brokers. We have done a lot of videos on different stockbrokers in India in terms of their reviews and comparisons. So the actual prices of different stockbrokers can be figured out from there, but this is general range, and it gives you a feel that they are going to be pretty expensive at the end of the day. Then the third problem is around the research accuracy. Now we need to understand one thing here. So bank-based stockbrokers' primary business is banking services. Around 5 to 7% of their revenue comes from the trading arm. So obviously they don't really have much of a focus when it comes to the research part or the customer service part. So the kind of research or tips you are going to get from a bank-based stockbroker are nowhere close to ones that are given by, let's say, a full-service brokers. In fact, these days some of the discount brokers are also giving you tips and recommendations coming from their in-house research team. So you don't really need to have high expectations as far as accuracy and performance of the different tips that you get from a bank-based stockbroker. Then fourth of all, the problem is around the technology focus. Now, for instance, ICICI Direct has Trade Racer as their terminal solution, and that is the only decent sort of software they have. Their mobile application has a lot of improvements to do. You can check out the review that we have done. You can also check out the comparison videos that we have done on the mobile app of ICICI. Similarly, for HDFC Securities, HDFC Sec is the only trading application that you are recommended to use. There are so many examples. SBI Securities trading platforms across the devices, be it the desktop terminal solution or the web-based browser application or the mobile app, all of them need a good overhaul, regular updates for that matter. So what we have seen, what we have observed on a prominent basis when it comes to bank-based brokers is, yes, they might have some sort of presence when it comes to technology through trading platforms, but they don't really have much of a focus towards upgrading their systems. When we talk about some of the top discount brokers or full service brokers as well, their update frequency cycle of the mobile app in the range of 2 weeks to 3 weeks for sure. Otherwise, if you talk about bank-based stockbrokers, they generally on average level update their mobile app in a range of 4 to 5 months. So that's a big lapse when technology is changing every day around the corner. So these are some problems here that we have figured out with bank-based stockbrokers. So the million-dollar question now is, shall you open your demat account with the bank? Now, the way we have analyzed, the way we have talked to different clients across the board, be it a bank-based stockbroker or a non-bank-based one, we strongly feel that you should not. Now, coming back to the point of the different propositions given by the bank-based stockbrokers. So we talked about the feel of trust factor. Now, all of them are SEBI members, so it's more of a perception rather than the actual fact. Research and advisory services, just we mentioned that the quality is pretty below average. Then 3-in-1 trading account is something which is very exclusive. You will not get this. So the only reason we feel that you can open your trading account with a bank-based stockbroker is 3-in-1 trading account. Now, with the emergence of so many payment gateways, mobile wallets these days, transferring your money from one account to the other is not of a problem anymore. It used to be. That is why the proposition of 3-in-1 trading account came into the picture in the first place. But now it's not much of a problem from a practical experience. Then the offline presence, if you want that, full service brokers give you, there are brokers who have 7,000, 8,000 branches across India, while some of the others have more than 5,000. So more or less all of these areas that are the propositions or the value propositions of a bank-based stockbrokers are covered by full service and discount brokers. Why would you want to pay more when you get the same services at a much cheaper rate? Now we're talking about the brokerage part here. So the brokerage in this case is somewhere around 400 to 500 rupees. Why would you want to shell 400 per trade where you can actually put your money for the same trade value? In fact, for irrespective of your trade value, the brokerage is somewhere around 10 rupees or maximum 20 rupees. So it's a much better profit takeaway in your to your home rather than giving away your hard-earned money as brokerage to the bank-based stockbrokers. So we strongly feel that even if you are a beginner, you should start with a broker which is not a bank-based one. It's more of a cloud rather than the actual sort of a ground reality. But yes, you need to make sure that you do some thorough checks. Now, how do you save yourself from getting cheated? You need to see whether the stockbroker you're going ahead with is a member of SEBI or not. You also need to see their actual membership IDs, which are present in the website footer always. So any broker you want to go ahead with your account, you need to go to the website, check the footer. There will be membership IDs of their exchanges of CDS and NSDL, MCX or NSE BSE, and of course with SEBI. You will get the numbers. You can go back to the respective websites of different exchanges, verify it there, and then you will be sure that this bank is, or this broker is actually a part of that exchange. Similarly, you need to see that you are putting your trading account capital in such a way that you start accordingly, and once your trust is built with the broker, you can increase that money. Power of attorney is something that is always a confusion. By the latest ordinance from SEBI, you are not mandated to sign it. Yes, there are few parts of POA, power of attorney, that you are supposed to sign, but definitely this is not a compulsion that you need to sign every aspect of POA. So there are different things you need to look at. One thing we always tell you in every video you want to see across the 400 plus videos we have, the one thing we have always covered at the top is the background of the broker. It is very important. You need to see which this broker is coming from, what background, how many years it has been around, what is its profit in the last, let's say, 3 years or so, what kind of parent company it is coming from. For instance, 5paisa comes from India Infoline, so you cannot judge 5paisa as a discount broker because it's been only for 2 years, but since it's coming from India Infoline, which has been around for 3 decades, so you can certainly trust that broker. Similarly, there are so many discount brokers. There is My Value Trade from Master Capital. So there are different companies in discount broking space coming up. You can make sure that you see their backgrounds and then only put your money and your trust in them. So these are different factors here. However, if you still want to have a suggestion from our end in terms of stockbroker selection, you can go ahead and check out this website link here, digitalblogger.com/free callback broker choice. Put in your details and your preferences. We will arrange one call back for you that matches exactly with your requirements. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching it. We hope you liked it. In case you did, please go and press the thumbs up video. We'll really appreciate that. You can also subscribe to our channel YouTube, Digital Blogger, for similar videos in the future. Bye-bye.